In every man's life, there comes a choice between two paths. One, a path full of darkness and treachery. The other, a path that is bright and playful. But what the man doesn't realize is that he must either suffer through the pain and treachery while on the path to success, or suffer through the pain and darkness at the end of the path to failure. So, anyways, a lot of these self-improvement YouTubers, they talk so seriously and about like how much weight life has and how much weight your decisions are. Ugh. Not really. Like, what a lot of people get is life is not that serious. There's just one piece that will not get off my bed. Anyways, life is not that serious. People always want to make it out that everybody's looking at them, everybody's thinking about them, everybody cares about them. Almost nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about what you're doing. And you need to stop taking life so seriously. Stop being so damn egotistical that you think everybody else is watching you, that you're the freaking main character. It's not true. You're not the main character. Nobody really cares about you that much. You have your parents, your grandparents, your brothers, your sisters. Sure, they care about you. But if you don't know somebody, the chances that they care about you are so, so low. Like, for me, I think maybe out of the people I don't know, there's maybe 50 people that care about me. And they're my boys that are subscribed to me right now. I love you guys. Anyways, of the people that I'm not very close to, maybe they're the only people that care about me because, they've subscribed to my channel. But that's still a really low number if you think about it. Out of every person that I see every day, only 50 of them really care. That's not a big deal. And what I found is when people take life seriously, when people are like, oh, you need to take this seriously, it's not as fun. I talk about the summer being the most fun time of my life. I'm with my friends. And the thing is, we're just goofing off all the time. We're never taking anything seriously. We're goofing off during practice. Yes, we still swim. Yes, we still try hard, but we're still goofing off when we're not swimming. We goof off at the pavilion. We goof off whatever. And, that is the time when I do the most ridiculous things where I'm having the most fun. We have these little spirit weeks where, we wear costumes to our meets. And, you know, I will wear the most ridiculous costumes ever. Like last year, I had a golden cape with a giant beard and a big hat for, the wizard one. I had a big mullet and a whole retro outfit and sunglasses for the 80s one. And those times I'm having so much fun. I'm in these ridiculous outfits that people would be insecure about themselves in. And I know that nobody cares. Everybody thinks it's great. Everybody thinks it's funny. And maybe they're laughing at me, but hey, at least they're laughing. I wish I could find a picture to show you guys, but I don't have one. If I do find a picture of me wearing the ridiculous costume, I'll send one to you. But I'll post it. But, you know, I don't have one right now. But I've realized that is the most fun time of my life is when I'm not taking anything seriously. You know, the costumes I don't take seriously, they're designed to look funny, you know, and people get a laugh out of them. They're like, huh, he's funny. And then they kind of move on with their lives. But I get a laugh with my friends about it. And it's super fun because, I'm not sitting there insecure like, oh, what are people saying about me? I'm like, it's a stupid costume. And it's the same thing when I'm working. I work at a karate studio, and a lot of the times I work with younger children because I'm a teenager. So it'd be kind of weird for me to teach an adult. Anyways, what I found was the kids, like the classes the most and or pay attention the most when I'm being silly with them. They're running around and playing, but if I'm, running around, I'm, kind of picking them up to move them to places. I'm have a silly voice on. I'm making silly faces when they do silly things. I found that they like it more. I end up liking to do the classes more, and I find that the parents like the classes more too, which means more money. Although I don't get paid more because I'm not like the CEO or anything. I know I like the CEO. He's my boss, and I've known him for like 12 years. Anyways, my point is when you realize that life, it's not that serious, that most people don't really care about you. You radiate off this energy of, oh, I don't really care. And I don't know. How would I say that? Radiate off this energy of like weightlessness where there's no real weight on the shoulders of worrying about people judging you. You give off this feeling, this like vibe of just pure energy from that you can give to other people. And other people feed off the energy of someone else. When everybody in the crowd starts shouting at a sporting event, it's because one guy started shouting, so everybody started doing it with him because they were feeding off his energy. Because he realized that's not that serious. If people don't end up chanting with him, oh, he gets a little embarrassed, whatever. But you need to start realizing that, life is not meant to be taken seriously. Now, of course, yes, there are situations in which you need to take seriously. If you're at a work meeting or something like that. But when you're at home, when you're with your friends, when you have free time, you don't need to be there sitting there like, oh, all macho all the time to look good. Because people don't really want to go to the guy that's sitting there. Oh, oh. Anyways, people don't want to do that. They want to be around the guy who's laughing, who's having fun, and he doesn't really care too much about what other people think about him. Because if we're constantly thinking about what other people think, we're gonna just be end up sitting there paralyzed because other people want different things. And if you try to please everybody, you're never gonna please anybody. So just try and pleasure yourself. Actually, no, scratch that. Don't try and pleasure yourself. But just try and have fun. Have fun with yourself, have fun with your friends, and don't take note of what other people are doing. If that lady across the street is watching you while you're doing something weird outside, okay, flex at her. Doesn't not a big deal. You know, I go out and I have a wrestling dummy that I play with all the time, and sure, it's weird. And I get a lot of weird looks from moms, from kids, from everybody. And do you think I care? No. I just keep doing my thing because I know they don't really not they're not gonna do anything. And oh, what are they gonna do? Look at that kid, he's doing something weird. Then they'll forget about me in 5 seconds, And when people come up, they're like, "Oh, dang, what you doing is really cool. What you practicing for?" And we get to talking about it. Again, when we talk about it, they're smiling, we're laughing together, and then they move on with their day. And again, even if I said something weird to him, he's like, huh, weird kid. And we're never going to see each other again. He's not even going to remember our conversation 3 minutes from now. So it's not going to be a huge, big deal. Trust me. Just don't take life seriously. Don't try and act all macho all the time. Act like your goddamn self, man. People, this would be a whole different video that I'm going to do in a couple days. But people always are like the best dating advice. This is how you should act on the first date. This is how you should text someone. No, if you are doing something inauthentically, people will realize that you're doing something inauthentically, and they will immediately become unattracted to you, even in a like friendship way, because you're doing things unauthentically. So don't do them unauthentically because If you have to be around people in a different persona than your actual persona, they're not the right people to be around. So don't try and act like somebody you're not. Act like the person you are and be authentic or leave. I I hope this video helped. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. See you guys next time. I love you. Bye bye.